So this building here is 801 St. Joseph Parkway. 801 St. Joseph Parkway. That's the 30-story high-rise, 30-story building high-rise in Midtown, right here, adjacent to the Metro bus station in Midtown. So this building has been abandoned since the 80s. Used to be Holiday Inn, probably the biggest Holiday Inn in the entire North America, if not the entire American continent. Is this building so huge, so humongous. But anyway, the building became a nuisance to the city because there were a lot of things going on in this place. You have the homeless, you have the prostitution, you have the gangs, then you have the cool kids. What you call the cool kids are the very, people you consider very cool children from good parents. Some of them had their parents as lawyers and doctors and firefighters and policemen from all over Houston and these suburbs. And these kids were coming here and they would go up there in the 30th story building and they make what they call cool videos. These cool videos, when they're up there, they have a close panoramic view of the city. So they will make video there, they incorporate it in the app, make it cool, and they have their social media platforms where they distributed this video. So before you know it, the building became the thing in Houston, where everybody needed to come and do all kind of things. Amidst all this, probably the most problematic ones were the gangs, who used the building for all kind of activities, initiation and practice and all kind of things. So you have all these people now trespassing this building on a single day. Conservatively, to use a conservative number, on a single day you have at least 30 to 50 people trespassing this building, and that's a conservative figure. Sometimes it was way more than that. And you can see up there, all this thing was covered before by me, the contractors I brought in. You can see those graffitis. Yeah, they went up again and put all that. In front is even more. So anyway, when I was given the contract, then under Mayor Sylvester Turner, you can see all this down part of it, all this were woodworks used to board the entire building all around. See all this? It's boarded up all around. So the mayor under Turner promised us, trying to get in the front so I can give you guys a clearer view of the front. The mayor under Turner promised us to give us a combination of 50 policemen and firefighters to sweep the building from the last floor up to the ground floor and flush out everybody that was in the building. So we are given a day to do that. And that day there were about 50 combination of firefighters and policemen. See how these are boarded up? This is the St. Joseph side of it. We are coming from the Travis side, sitting in between St. Joseph, Travis, Milam, and Jefferson streets, right in the middle of those 4 streets. So the mayor promised to give us that. And in addition, Sylvester Turner promised us that he will give us a police presence here 24 hours a day for 2 weeks after the sweeping. Police will be here, 2 policemen, 1 in the front, 1 at the back over there. Okay, see the graffiti I'm talking about? This is the front part of it now. See all that graffiti? The contractors I brought, the painter among the contractors, covered all these things. See all that graffiti? They covered all that thing with paint. So after I quit the job or the contract, you can see the getting breached. You know, all the effort we made at securing it, boarding it up, was, and somebody had access to the building. That is why you saw that graffiti. They put it back again. Now you see all these are plywood boardings, but this wasn't the one I did. Okay, the one I did, like you saw that those graffiti up there, the one I did was breached. They had access to the building, and then these new ones are put in. But anyway, so the mayor did what he promised us. He gave us 2 police every day for 2 weeks. They were here with me. And the folks that were working for me, I had brought in a combination of contractors, people involved in carpentry and woodwork, painters, electronics. The woodwork or the carpentry, they boarded the entire building. Every breached place, every place they could trespass the building from was boarded. You know, if you see that 2nd floor now, you can see that 2nd floor is boarded up all the way around. You know, or same thing as the 1st floor downstairs. But the first 7 floors are just parking lots. You can see them painted black. They're all parking lots. Then the building starts from there on. So the woodwork, like I said, boarded up the place. The painters covered the graffitis, and the electronics installed the security cameras. You know, security cameras were installed all around the building. Then the electrician wired the first few floors and put electricity in the building. Remember now, this was an abandoned building, so we had to do all these things to create the impression of, you know, it's no longer free for all. There's electricity, there's cameras, there's security. That means trespass is over. So when I was given this contract, the very first thing I did was to come here and study the problem. And I was appraised after years of hanging around, after days of hanging around and monitoring what was going on, the extent of the problem. I devised a plan on what to do and how to counter and arrest the problem. And I gave the owners blueprint of my plan. They approved it. We reached a contract, and then we were in business. All this were happening in 2000, mid-2020. I'm sorry about that. This were all, I'm trying to show you guys what the new contractor is doing now. See, you can see up there, he still has his equipment there. That's his equipment. And there's the graffiti he's, not graffiti, the mural he's putting. So So this wasn't done by me. This is being done by a guy contracted by the city after I left, after I quit the job. It remained like this for a long time. They couldn't put another person there. I withdrew my security guards that were, watching the building 24 hours. I withdrew them, and there was nobody here taking care of this building. So now with World Cup coming, anyway, so the mayor, like he promised, he gave us the police security here for 2 weeks. The idea was, if all these people who are trespassing this building come here on daily basis for 2 weeks at a stretch and see police here, police present, it will push them back. They'll know that now there's no more serious business now. There's no trespassing, and trespassers were, could face. Okay, see his equipment up there. The new contractor now, that's his equipment, with which he's putting the morals up there. See, it doesn't make much sense yet because he's still drawing it. After drawing it, he will paint. All this have been done now by the city because of the World Cup coming. They don't want the building looking crazy to visitors for the World Cup. So anyway, so the mayor obliged us like he promised. Those policemen, 2 of them every day, were with me here for the first 2 weeks, and my team, who were stationed to watch the building when I leave. Oh, there's somebody up there. Can you guys see? There's a gentleman up there. Look at him. He's drawing the mural. Then after drawing, he'll paint. Okay, you can see. I don't know if you guys can see him. That's him right there. That's a gentleman up there in their equipment. Yeah, I see him moving. I don't know if you guys can see him. He's moving around up there. Which is strange to me because the owner told me the city canceled the contract, so they might have, for some reason, reached some kind of reactivated the contract again. We'll come to that. So, yeah, that's the building. And now I'm on Milam. This is the Milam side of it. If you look here, where those cars are passing, that's Jefferson. And on the other side, further down, that's Travis. You can see Travis from here. It's Travis there. Here is Milam. And those cars passing in front is St. Joseph. So it's sitting right at the center of these 4 streets. Okay, so these policemen were here with me for that long. But after studying the problem, I found out that most of the videos these kids made, and these kids, like I said before, we are coming from everywhere. They are good friends, they are good kids now. I mean, kids from good homes and good parents. They are not the homeless or prostitution or gang. These are just regular good kids in college. And the thing I brought them here was because they could make cool videos which they posted on their apps and platforms. And there was competition on who's going to make the coolest video with this building. So after I studied all this problem, I found out that there were upwards of 50 people, at least 30 to 50 every day, trespassing this building. But then down here was a bridge. Yeah, somewhere here where I'm focusing now, was a bridge. In the front by St. Joseph there was a bridge, and also on the other side by Travis there was a breach. So those areas they could use to access the building then because of the breach. So others were boarded up by the contractor or contractors I brought here to secure the building. So the police stayed for 2 weeks and showed their presence, and boy, we walked. Those people come here every time they see police, they keep walking around until they disappear. So I had to place no trespassing sign all over the building. Like I said, security cameras were installed and we were in business. You know, I had 2 security guards on 24-hour duty here watching the building. So we did good. This contract was, like I said, mid 2020. So I did this 2020, 21, 22. By 2023, I don't know, for some reason I got tired of it. Showed up at, there were tripartite owners, 3 gentlemen that owned the building, and they owe so many other buildings, hotels here in Houston. The Holiday Inn by Bell Street is one of their business. They have a lot. While we were doing this, one of the owners was also constructing a brand new hotel out there by men, close to 45. So these people are businessmen. I mean, they're professionals. One of them is a public accountant, and 2 are medical doctors. But over the years, they've made money with which they invested in these other businesses, hotel and real estate, for sure. So, with me studying the problem, I found that most of the videos made, the greatest number of people that trespass the building is not even the homeless, it's not the gangs, it's not the prostitution, it's the cool kids. These kids from good homes that came from Missouri City, Woodlands, Katy, Galveston, Texas City, just name it, all the suburbs. These kids came from everywhere in this city, in these suburbs. And they were the greatest numbers. But the most violent ones was the gangs. So the kids were coming in drones. They were coming in numbers. At a point in time like this, in the space of 5 minutes, you will see about 10 group of 10 people. These young men and women. They will go up there and they make their videos and post in their platforms. So those were the major attentions. So first, what I did was to get inside those platforms where they posted the videos and posted my own video where I made video of the police on guard, the security guards I placed here on guard, the security cameras, the lights. I made video of everything and posted in those there kiddo platforms where they posted all these all those their videos they were making. So with that now, I was up there telling them that, look, you guys have had fun and the fun is over. This place has been shut down basically by the Houston Police Department and the city of Houston. Anybody found breaching the the security or trespassing the building was going to be arrested, and the due process of the law will take place against the person. So it started sinking. And again, another thing I did that was very effective is when I find them trying to trespass or trying to breach any of the boardings we did, instead of violating them or calling the police, I'll tell them, okay, look, I'm going to let you go. But what you're going to do for me is you're going to go to your platforms where you post all these videos and let them know that this place is no longer there's no longer kidding in this place. So I use them for that purpose. Once I catch them, I won't violate them. According to the law, I will simply, request from them to go to the platform and announce that this place has been shut down, that there is surveillance cameras, there's security personnel on duty, and there has been Houston Police Department 24 hours here. So it worked. They started scaling back. And those that tried to come, they came and they saw that everything they had is true. And, it scaled back. Now, the other problem, the homeless were all rooted out. They didn't propose much problem. But the gangs were the ones that gave me the most problem. They will stick a note here and there. You think you got this? No, you don't. You can't just come from nowhere. They use this language. You can't just come from nowhere and take our shit from us. This building has been our building since the 80s. Where are you coming from now to tell us you're going to take it away from us? So, all kinds of things. Sometimes you come in, you see empty, or rather live bullets thrown here and there, probably as a warning. Or some note that will say, how long can you do this? We'll see who's going to get tired. Those kind of things. It's up and against. And sometimes when it's too hectic or it looked a little too dangerous, I'll bring in the cops. And the cops don't stop them. When the cops come, they'll still be talking all that bullshit. And the cops take some of them to jail. So, but the consistency, it worked. At the stage, there was quiet, there was calm and quiet here. The building was fully secured. Trespassers pushed back, and So now, I did this from that 2000, 2001, 2002. 2003, I got tired of it. For some reason I didn't know. But I got tired of it. And I told the owner that I was quitting. That man went crazy. Because the mayor, the city, the police have commended him for the good job we did here while securing the building. And now I want to quit on him. He was like, hell no. What is it? You want to negotiate the contract? I'll add money to your contract. I said, sir, it has nothing to do with contract. I'm just simply tired of this thing. He thought it was a joke. And I was gone for real. I left. So after I left, unfortunately, they didn't put another person here. And all those efforts we made were reached once more. And those people started trespassing the building again. So you can see I showed you guys the graffiti they put up there. All those were covered with paint by the contractors I brought. But as soon as I left, the building was breached again. And they started doing what they did before we got the contract. So now, fast forward till now, because of the World Cup, the city's attention is in the building again. The city have been trying to bring this Zim building down because it's been abandoned for too long. The technicalities of private business ownership and things like that has prevented the city from doing that. So now what the city decided to do is to contract somebody else. The guy I was showing you guys said there's somebody up there to paint. You can see that he has painted up to the 7th floor, which is the parking garages, and he's up there in the top floors putting murals to. So he's soon going to take off. He's soon going to paint all this. All that graffiti they put again after we covered them all this. So that contractor is going to cover all this graffiti. So, but the city contracted him for $800,000. Are you kidding me? $800,000. The owners didn't give me that kind of money. Talking about why you quitting. I add more money. Why didn't you add it before? So the city contracted this guy who is up there, or his managers or whatever. But the city contracted them to paint. So you have seen he started painting from the 1st floor and gotten up to 7th. Now they're still working on it. For $800,000, you can see they did much better job than I did. These things I've been showing you guys that is boarded up. This wasn't the one I put here. This one's look more solid. You know, they boarded it up more better now than we did it before, because we're operating under much smaller budget. This guy has $800,000 to do what he's doing, and he's doing a damn good job of it. Excuse my language. You know, so that is it. That's the beauty. So now, for $800,000, his job is to paint it as he's painting it. He has finished painting the garage. He's also going to start painting the top floors. Then put the murals to cover or make it look better. All this is in preparation for the World Cup. But the owner told me again last week that the city stopped or canceled the contract. You know, but the contractor promised him that he will keep working, because he had already purchased materials, that he will keep working for him until all the materials he purchased run out. Then he will stop without any additional cost to the owners. Why wouldn't he do that? The city gave him them $800,000, so he must have bought a lot of shit to do the work. And out of his own kindness, he said he's going to keep working until he runs out of those stuff. So we'll see how far he will get. So that is it. You guys have seen it. 801 St. Joseph Parkway. The tall, high-rise, building used to be Holiday Inn. Successfully handled by ZYMACO. Zim Chidi Zimako, my humble self. You know. Alright. Thank you guys. See ya.